During this pandemic, a lot of us are feeling isolated and alone.
Or maybe overwhelmed and overburdened, trying to manage the household under the stress of our current reality. So in today's Relationship Reboot, we're talking about why it's important to make the effort to connect, however briefly. And our relationship guru, Dr. Kirsten Lind Seal, says it's important to connect with people that we may not already know. What do you mean by that, Kirsten?
What I mean by that is, and this has become, I think, really apparent during the pandemic, is that those small social interactions, like with somebody at the grocery store, we used to go to the gym, or, seeing people at the movie theater, some of these things don't happen, and much of it doesn't happen in the way that it used to. And so what we may not be sort of aware of is how much that level of social interaction we miss during these times. So it's, we reach out to people we know, to loved ones, to friends, maybe to really old friends. And it's this outer circle of people that we may see walking down the road in our neighborhood, down the street, walking their dog, at the grocery store, that those are the connections that can really, really support our well-being.
How does that happen, though? I mean, how does, waving to your neighbor or chatting with your neighbor or someone in the grocery store?
Yeah, so the research is really, really deep in terms of social support, and what we're finding out more and more is that, again, these sort of, you have this close circle, and then your circles go out and out and out. And what we're finding is that even in those outer circles, making the human connection, I mean, that releases a certain amount of dopamine, right? And you don't have to be right next to someone. I mean, again, in the olden days, we used to be able to do that. We'll be able to do that again. But in terms of just, even if you are across the street from someone, and here's the funny part too, if we're both wearing masks, right, there's some new research that indicates that we should still smile behind our masks, even though we know that our smile isn't actually reaching the other person because we've got a mask covering our face. But you can see your eyes crinkle up. So that, again, it's like we can't get the full-on connection that we used to get, but what can we get still is, I think, the important piece of understanding how this works.
To a certain degree, we were seeing a bit of a decline in these sorts of interactions because people are so buried in their phones, right? You think when you used to talk to people at the coffee shop while you're waiting in line, people were starting to fade away from this. Give people some actionable advice here, because I think people might need some tips on how to do it, because this is important.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, when the tendency comes to isolate or be alone or sort of fend off other people, which is some of, frankly, the public health advice, right? We need to stay so far from other people. It can be really hard to understand the nuances there. So the first thing I would say is give yourself permission to reach out to somebody. I've found myself while walking my dog, literally, if I see somebody with another dog across the street, even though we don't let the dogs say hi anymore right now, I will yell, "Good morning," and "I love your dog," and it's my dog's so sad about the pandemic. I mean, and then they invariably look so happy to just connect in whatever brief way it is. Second thing is these conversations, these little interactions, they don't have to be meaningful at all. And of course, they're probably not going to be. Sometimes I say to people, "How are you holding up? How are you hanging in there? Like, how are things going?" Even though, again, it's not someone I know, but what that just says is, I'm a human being and I care about you because you're another human being, and we are all in this together, which I think is a really important thing to keep in mind as we go through what can seem like a really divisive, disconnected time. There are these small things we can do to connect with one another that just seeds the whole foundation, really, of societal happiness.
I'd love to see you across the street waving about the dogs. That'd be great.
That's right. We're waving to you right now, Kirsten. Thank you.
Thank you.